I just turned 35. When I was a teenager, this number sounded like old. In my 20s, I imagined 35 like serious, boring conversations, a lot of responsibilities as children, house, work that you hate, and gray hairs. Here it is, the truth, the only truth, and nothing but the truth about turning 35. So today that I'm 35, it feels great, to be honest. I call the 30s the age of learn a bit, earn a bit, because I feel in the 30s, person brings the experience of a decade of adult life. So for me, this one is the age of things you've learned, but also some capital you've accumulated. I'm surprised how deep and advanced are the conversations I've had in the past years compared to those in the 10 years before that. So no boring conversations as I thought in my teenagerhood. I think this is because experience makes you more selective, but also more aware of what you do like and what you don't. No responsibilities as children so far. It didn't feel right, and I'm so happy as it is. I have a flat that is rented, but I'm not managing it, and it's not something I consider a responsibility as it pays for itself. Regarding my career, a couple of years ago, I decided to leave my full-time job as a fashion designer and freelance and experience also new things instead of going to an office 9 to 6. This choice gave me freedom and made me realize many things about myself. I realized that my career-oriented 20-year-old self had evolved to freedom-dependent mid-30s one. I knew at the beginning I wouldn't earn as much money as a full-time job, but I earned the freedom of choice. Recently, I chose to go for more artistic fields, so I've restored my painting practices and felt a connection with the inner me again. So today, I do what I really enjoy. I do have to say, I have some some white hairs though. Well, at least I've almost predicted this one. In 35 years, I've learned many things, some of them by myself. For others, people or life have taught me. And today, I will share with you the lessons I've learned. I love all of them and they make me the person I am. Lesson number 1, a lesson from my father. You always get offended by the truth. He would say it playfully and jokingly, but when I grew up, he would make some comments or remarks on my physique or character, and when I fell in disaccord with him, he would tell me this: "You always get offended by the truth, Alex." It used to make me really angry with him. But now I see his point. I experienced that negative remarks about me can only affect me if I actually see them as truthful. Doesn't matter if the person who made those remarks is a close relative or a random person. It's me who believe this to be true, and that's why I feel hurt. Lesson number 2, a lesson from my mother. Be shallow with the shallow and smart with the smart. She taught me that when I was a child concerning communicating with other children. Again, I was annoyed. That meant I had to find my way of communication with all the other children, and not only those that I like most. But I practiced it over the years, and today, as an introvert, I can socialize with anyone, anytime and anywhere. Thanks to this lesson, I've learned the ways to have a real quality time with anyone, anywhere, anytime. Lesson number 3 is something I've read somewhere. Now I don't recall it by heart, and it goes more or less like that. Luckily, there will always be someone who will exceed me in something. I love this concept. It's like cold water in the face in the morning. At the beginning, you feel the pain of it, but immediately after, you feel refreshed. There will always be someone who will be better than me in something. So I can stop competing for things that are not relevant to me. I will never be the best, and I can now concentrate on the most important to me things. Lesson number 4, something I've learned quite recently from James Clear. It is say the story you want to be identified with. In his book Atomic Habits, link in the description, he points out the importance of the truth you're saying to others, but also to yourself. By saying, oh, I'm trying to quit smoking, or oh, I'm not a smoker, you offer a completely different vibration to the universe, to the person who listens, but especially to you. I turned 35 with the knowledge how I decide to talk about my reality actually determines this reality. It's like you create everything material and emotional around you with your words. That's why you have to select them carefully. Words can also destroy everything material and emotional. Lesson number 5, something I learned about grief. Grief can have many faces. It can be a missing relative, a dream job you never got, or a past relationship you didn't overcome. A little more than 7 months ago, I had to say goodbye to my mother forever. This is a moment in life that is irreversible, and you feel broken. You feel like pieces are missing from you, and you feel like nothing will ever be the same. It takes time, a little bit of spirituality, and a lot of reading to give you some understanding even of how you feel. Recently, there was a very happy event in my life. Instead of feeling sad that I could not share it with my mother, the person who would be the happiest for me, I felt just happy for having the chance to live this moment. Partially, it was thanks to her that I exist and experience this beautiful moment right now. This event made me realize that grief is a period of time. Period. It defines a period of time of the life of a person. You will never be the same again. You can teleport back to that period, but there will be other periods in life that will come and go too, and you will feel good in them. Lesson number 6, the lesson of my life. Always visualize. Doesn't matter how impossible it looks like from your physical reality, but always visualize where, who, and with who you want to be. There is a great book about that called The Law of Attraction, link in the description. I came to know the book only a couple of years ago, but I have been practicing its lessons without knowing it my whole life, basically. I live in France and have lived in other countries before that for many years, but I'm from Bulgaria and I've spent my first 13 years in a small village of 1,000 people. Since I have memory, every single day I imagined living abroad, and back then it seemed impossible. I went to Venice when I was 18 on a school trip. I fell in love with Italy and decided I wanted to live there, but it was like an impossible dream. A year and a half later, I moved to Italy. When I was living in Italy and came to know the Italian culture and so on, I got obsessed with the name Matteo. So I wanted and imagined having a boyfriend whose name is Matteo and has a house in Sardinia. Actually, it's something really Italian. Well, unfortunately, I must say, my boyfriend was named differently back then. Today my partner is called Matteo, and we often go to the family house in Sardinia. I should start imagining getting a Nobel Prize or something. Turning 35 so far is the best year in my life. The conversations are the best, the friends are the best, the things come easy because your experience allows you to attract them easily. Join me in the 35 Plus Club, and if you're still in your 20s, let me just say, Enjoy them, because much better and exciting times are coming for you. The best support you can do for me is subscribe to my channel dedicated to international living, minimalism and fashion. Every like, comment and share you do, of course, motivates me to do more of what you like. But whatever your age is, make sure every day you live in a brave new world.